Our theme was we want a bright home and the look should be spacious, modern and luxury. That was the theme we have in the mind when we start looking for the renovation ID. I'm Mr. Shah. Welcome to my home. It's a 3-bedroom apartment and we are 3 of us staying in this house. Yeah. So we have 1 guest room, 1 for my son and 1 for our son. Basically, to find an interior designer, it's a quite challenging task, frankly speaking. First factor is experience. Second is nowadays, because the era of a digital technology, right? So you can find the reviews of the interior designer, whether there are some negative reviews or not. So that is another second criteria we have. And third is the experience, how experienced the person is, right? Because renovation can be a very troublesome process if the person is not an experienced person. And the last one and the important one is the company for which he is working, right? And how established the company is, right? So that are the key criteria we consider before we select the ID for us. Our theme was bright, modern, luxurious. So definitely with this type of theme, right, cost can be one of the key factor. So frankly speaking, we get quotations from close to 8 to 10 IDs, and finally we decided Murphy. The reason was he was doing renovation in the same condominium, so we thought that he must be more familiar with the design of this particular condominium and the houses here. And we read his reputation reviews on the internet, we find all positive. There was no negative review for him, and the costing he gave to us, the quotation he gave to us was quite competitive to another 2 IDs. Some IDs are very high, but Murphy quote was quite competitive to other IDs. So being he has an experience in the same condominium, we decided to select him. Right. So we spend lot of our time, and Murphy has cooperated very well with us with every room design, every room, the features we want to add in, we has put in front of him, and then he tried to integrate all our demands and requirement very well together with the budget constraint, right? So he managed to fit our requirements very well. The living room, one thing which we wanted is the one where I am sitting now, this swing, which is not so common in our Singapore home, but it's very common in our Indian home, especially in our my hometown, right? You find every home have this, so it's something, this feature we want, and we discussed with Murphy. He support to have this feature add on into our on top of that, we also request him to design in such a way that we still feel spacious and have enough storage. So you can see at the back side of my home, right, this is actually all the storage spaces, but he give the look just like a feature wall, right? So that's are the few things which we are interested, and he able to meet our requirements on that. Another area is the temple, which is very important for us because we pray every day, right? So we told him that he has to integrate temple within our whole design. So he really come out a quite nice theme for us, so that because normally in Indian temple, right, it's always white in color, white marble. So that's why when he suggests the lamination to us, you can see the lamination he suggests is the white marble theme, which quite match with our temple concept in India. To get the luxurious theme, right, light is a very critical thing, what Murphy explained to us. Originally our plan was the cornice type of light, right, but that one cost wise slightly cheaper than this particular light, but after he explained and we really believe him, he shows us some of his work, then we really find we make the right decision to put this type of downlights, right? And instead of originally we planned to put the so-called white light, but Murphy convinced us to put the daylight. So we really find this putting daylight, it gives a very different feeling or look of the house, especially in the night time. Like when we give the theme of the bright house, right, the first thing he suggests us to change the tiles. So you can see he proposes the white tiles and recommend us to go for bigger tile. The advantage he explains us having a bigger tile, it looks the house bigger. Important thing is, sometimes when you read on internet, right, people have a really tough time during the renovation, but the whole journey we have with Muffy, right, it's a really peaceful journey. We enjoy throughout the renovation. Because Muffy is a young boy, but young man. On top of that, right, we see he's a very calm person. Because when you do renovation of your home, as things move, right, you have a lot of new things, new ideas come in your mind, and you want to talk to your ID or contractor that I want to change this, I want to change this, right? But for them it's quite difficult to every our requirement to be fulfilled, right? So we notice whenever we put new requirements to him, he always listen to us. He don't argue at all, listen everything, and then he is very clear what he can do, what he cannot do.